What a wild week it has been. We've had Jack Doherty getting embarrassed by his own team. The rise and fall of Jack Doherty actually needs to be studied at this point because this guy, right, had it all. At the age of like 15, he was a multi-millionaire and then he's just nosedived off a friggin' cliff. We're going to be talking about the latest controversy surrounding Mr. Jack Doherty because, well, when isn't there a controversy surrounding this guy? Because he's been called out not only by George Janko on a podcast episode, he's also been laughed at by his own security, and also resurfaced clips of him just being an absolute arsehole have again come around on the internet, showing the downfall of him and McKinley, which of course was one of the bigger things that happened to Jack Doherty this year, amid all of the other crazy things that have happened. So, firstly, let's take a little look at what happened with him getting called out. So, he was on a podcast episode with George Janko, of course, who was on the Impulsive podcast and is said to be going back to Impulsive. And one thing that Jack does as his income is he essentially pimps out OF girls. And he takes like 50% of their earnings under the guise of giving them a platform. Allegedly, he also did it with McKinley, and that's how he ended up hooking up with her. But let's have a little look at what George had to say with regards to this. Because obviously, you know, a lot of people have had a lot of issues with this.
You're collecting money from girls that are doing things that you know you wouldn't let your daughter do. So why would you think that your father, who also is their father, why do you think he would bless you if you're continuing to do this? You already have enough. You already have enough that you could say, hey, guys, you know what? Let's scratch the contract. You guys go do what you guys need to do if you want to continue or you don't continue. But these are blood money, and I don't want my hands to be a part of it anymore. I mean, that right there will make you in a direction of peace. And then from there, if
that was just stressing the fuck out. I'll be like, God damn, like all these bills are adding the fuck up. Like,
that's where you have to go.
I'm 21, man.
But dude, here's the thing. I promise you this, Jack. I really do. I really promise you this.
I see where you're coming from. I understand.
But if you move with God, I'm just this one small inch. If you say, hey, God, I really don't think that this is pleasing you, I'm going to replace this. I promise you God will replace it. And he will do it in a way where it doesn't stress you out. And if it does, then you just change a few things, but you will find more to prosper. If you do this, there will be a way that your Father in heaven will prosper.
Now, if there's one thing that I've learned about Jack Doherty in the short time that I've covered him, right, in the grand scheme of things, it's that he will sit on this podcast episode, right, and he will look as if he's listening. He will take it in and he will say, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's a really good point. But it's just literally in one ear, out the other, and he'll be back at it. And the proof is that he's still doing this. Now, the comment section are a little bit divided on this clip because a lot of people are like George AW for real, W George, Jack Doherty got to be checked. Damn, that's true. But then there's also comments that say stuff along the lines of, not defending Jack, but he's horrible, but George literally worships two brothers who built their business and wealth off managing and tracking cam girls and taking 100% of their income. So kind of calling out a little bit of hypocrisy there for George Janko, but what do you guys think on that? Moving on from that, right, the more recent kind of thing that's happened with Jack, and this is the only thing that could like happen to someone like Jack Doherty. He gets pressed in public. Now, this is something that we've seen happen all the time because he's an absolute moron. And Jack will go around in public, and he will try and like rile people up. And then when those people get aggressive towards him, he will take a step back and his security will step in. That's actually landed his security in a lawsuit recently as well, by the way. So maybe it's not exactly the best move, but it happened again in public. But this time, instead of his security turning around and being like, oh, let me handle this, his security turns around and just starts laughing. Take a look at this.
My name is Jack Doherty. I'm a fucking pussy.
Yeah, dude, this brother's autistic.
Okay, and think I give a fuck?
Alright?
Yeah, that's even more fucked up. Okay, your brother's gay, so.
Okay. Dude, you know what happened?
I know a lot about a lot of people.
I know everything about me apparently. Yeah.
You don't know nothing about me, but I don't give
What
a
else
fuck.
do you know about me? Because like I'm learning new shit about me today.
That's kind of scary.
So let me know everything I need to know about me before I go.
So go to the fucking tailgates and see what happens. Go to the tailgate, see what happens. Because you're the one pussy sitting in the middle of the fucking stadium and won't go to the fucking frat tent. Go to the fucking frat tent. See how many you get in. Because every single one of them called you a bitch. Every single one of them.
Frats matter?
Dude, wait, no, I can't get into the Walmart tent.
Walmart tents?
Yeah.
You can go to U Miami. You can go to FAU. You can go to UCF. You can go to UF.
Good job.
You can go to any fucking college you want. You ain't getting in there.
Do you have a business?
Yeah. Wait, why does it matter?
You won't get in.
Then what happens with my life?
Imagine getting that pressed in public, man. Honestly, like, if there's one person, right, no matter how much wealth he has, no matter how rich he is, I would not want to take Jack Doherty's life. Like, I just wouldn't want to be in his shoes at all, because imagine being this widely hated across the internet for being an absolute arsehole, that you get pressed in public and not even your security can back you up on it. Insane scenes. Just to hammer home the point, though, that, you know, Jack here's a bit of a dick. There's been some resurfaced clips. So you may remember back, I think it was last year in 2024, Jack and his at the time girlfriend McKinley did like a fake wedding, and Jack got absolutely slaughtered on stream. Like he got absolutely smashed, and he did some crazy things whilst at the wedding, and apparently this then ended up leading to McKinley kind of like one of the first times that McKinley just kind of walked away from him, right? And it was basically him getting twerked on by a couple of girls, him absolutely loving it, whilst McKinley's there, by the way. She's there watching it all happen, and then McKinley presses Jack, right? And Jack's like, she's like, how would you like it if I got a couple of guys to do that to me? And he was like, oh, I'd never talk to you. And she's like, exactly. So why is it okay for you to do it, you absolute moron? Take a little look at this clip, because it is actually quite diabolical, really, to see the double standards of Jack Doherty. It's pretty nuts.
Show Mackenzie.
Unite? Yeah. I'm drunk. I don't know what's happening. Holy shit, I got 2 hours working on me. What happened?
We're done.
No. That doesn't count. They did that to me.
Drunk and retarded, and don't talk to me. F you, actually.
No, stop.
Don't touch me. You just don't give a f about me. Hey, next time, Jack, it doesn't matter at all. You say things are different when it's a girl versus a guy. Let me do the shit you do with a guy. Let me see.
And I would never talk to you.
Right, exactly. So what does that say about yourself?
I got motion.
You got motion. Okay.
Heavy motion.
Go find a girlfriend.
I don't need to. I like you.
I don't.
Okay.
Go away. You were just drunk, and I understand that. Don't touch me. Like, actually, do not touch me. Everything you said, again, everything you said,
You got my Instagram.
you wouldn't have said it if you didn't mean it.
What did I say, though?
Are you kidding me?
I don't even know what I
I'm
said.
an idiot? I watched every second of what you just streamed.
I don't know what I said.
What an actual dog. Like, the man who literally, right, has it all. Here's the epitome of a man that has it all, and it's not enough. To the point where he will willingly sacrifice everything that's good in his life just for another viral moment, just for another, stupid act where he might lose his girlfriend, he might lose his whatever, right? His kick deal, his YouTube partnership program deal, his Twitch deal. Like, he's pretty much lost. He got banned from TikTok. I mean, I know that's not hard, but still. It's mental. It's mental. Logan Paul, SteveWillDoIt, and many, many other people just embarrassing Logan Paul on his own podcast. I won't lie to you. Logan Paul and SteveWillDoIt having beef in 2025 was not on my bingo card, but here we are, as they are currently beefing online. It all started when SteveWillDoIt appeared as a guest on Impulsive, which of course is Logan Paul's podcast, right? And it came a couple of days after, Logan walked on his own show and all the rest of it after a joke was made about the Japan forest incident. But SteveWillDoIt was the next one up. And he basically was, a guest. He was talking about all of the stuff that they get up to. But then Logan and Mike ended up kicking Steve off of the podcast when things started to get a little bit heated, right? So let me give you a bit of context, right? So Just days after the Tanamogu drama, the podcast hosted SteveWillDoIt, a YouTuber and Nelk Boys collaborator known for wild stunts and gambling content. Now, Steve was there to discuss his recent YouTube unban after a 2022 suspension for promoting sites like Stake.com, and his return in December. Things derailed when talk turned to Mr. Beast, leading to insults, threats, and Steve being asked to actually leave. Now, Steve called Mr. Beast fake for allegedly ignoring him during the ban, claiming he felt abandoned despite past collaborations. Logan, who of course is a friend of Mr. Beast, pushed back hard, urging Steve to take accountability and defending the philanthropist. Now, tensions actually boiled over when Steve grew erratic, using slurs, which was beeped out in the edits, interrupting repeatedly, and insulting Logan and Malak. At the 40-minute mark, Logan warned, "I definitely have a line, you've reached the line," and Malak called him a very complex person. Steve then walks off, or effectively was kicked out, with Logan later saying, "If we weren't on this podcast, I would have slapped him." Post-exit, Steve posted on Instagram calling Malak the biggest loser ever, where the escalating feud continued. Now, this was the clip that has gone mega viral, right? Mega viral, of Steve and Logan and Mike essentially confronting one another over this drama.
Honor for you guys to have me, and I really appreciate
An honor
it.
for us or you? Because you said it's an honor for us to have you. Are you saying it's an honor to be on?
It's an honor for me to be on there with you guys. So I really appreciate you. I look up to you, Logan. For real.
Are you gonna?
What are you doing?
No, I look up to you.
Yeah,
No, but the
what are you
show's
doing with
not
the
over.
mic?
No, I'm done with it. Yeah, I love you.
Is that it? The show's over?
Oh, that's it, yeah.
Okay.
Peace out.
Thank you.
Wait, do you think Jake's gonna win this fight? Because this is sort of the Jake preview.
Well,
I mean, I don't care.
Wait, so you're back?
what?
Yeah, I'm back.
Steve, what's going on with you right now? Can I speak with my friend? What's going on right now? Why do you seem?
How about this? You guys, tomorrow, you come padel, right?
You play pickleball?
No, padel.
Yeah,
1v1.
padel's good.
You win, you get a $40,000 watch. You win, you get a $40,000 watch.
Oh, I have to try it then.
Deal? Mr. Paul?
I'm working.
Steve,
Paul.
Steven, can you
working.
answer my question? How are you?
I'm good.
I'm being serious. Can you answer the question? Are you good?
I'm super good. Yeah, I'm super happy.
Across the board?
Across the board, dude. Just boom, 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 boom. Like, I'm very good.
You know you can talk to me if you want to, right?
No, I'll talk to you, dude. I'll do drugs. I'll
All right.
I'll say
maybe
that
you were right
word,
with that.
and-
Yeah, maybe you were right with the end.
me and Paul will
Wrestle.
We'll go yell.
drive around.
We'll go.
Yo, Steve, bro. All right, so look. I definitely have like a line. Yeah. I think you've reached a line.
Okay.
And so like I am gonna ask you to like chill a little bit. Okay.
Well, I think
not even just for my sake. I can handle the jokes, right?
Just no, it's okay. You're
Just careful, because I told you I hit my line, right?
you're a professional, man.
That's and bro, I go from nice guy to like.
Logan, I acknowledge it. I'm not.
All right, grab him. Let's go. It's done. Thank you for coming on, Steve.
Thanks.
We appreciate it. Thank you, boys. Okay, I'll text you. I can't, get it right every time on the guest. Well, also, I got a little carried away, dude. He got a little carried away. He just got a little carried away.
30 minutes?
He got a little carried away.
I can't believe he hasn't gotten hit. I'm just shocked no one's beat the shit out of
Because it's
him.
behind the fucking... It's all
Dude, if we weren't on this podcast, I'd slap him up like the second time he said something. But like I'm being friendly because he's the guest. We invited him here, right? But like, man.
So that's kind of where things began. All right, that's where things began. But Bryce Hall then called out Logan, or accused Logan at least, of taking advantage of an intoxicated guest for content in response to the Steve Will Do It backlash. Right, so Bryce Hall posted this over on his Twitter. Why even post this podcast, talk about taking advantage of a clearly intoxicated guest / quote-unquote friend, egging him on to say stupid stuff with stupid questions and then getting mad once he crosses the line. Logan Paul is such a pussy, he wouldn't slap anyone off camera, lol. This ain't the WWE, lil bro. I said WWE. I said W too many times, but regardless. Clearly, there was something going on with Steve there because, I mean, it was a very disjointed kind of conversation. Now, Steve Will Do It took over to his Instagram story to post this after the podcast came out, or after the podcast. So I go viral on the internet for getting upset. LeBron James talks to Karina for 1 min during a game. I stand on that. LeBron, focus on the game. Austin Reeves trying to fuck my girl. Considering at the time, all I did was post how he was my favorite player. Stand on it. F you, Austin. Logan Paul getting mad at me for saying the N-word. Yep, stand on it. Logan, do a fraction of what I have done for black people or have been in the community, then be the white person sticking up for the black people. Standing on that too, maybe something for Japanese Logan. So obviously, he didn't take too kindly getting booted off the cast. And, oh Jesus, you can see there the way things kind of switched up pretty quick. Steve didn't stop there, though. He continued to post to his social media, stating, I called Big Mike because we're good friends. I said, bro, I'm so sorry. I blacked out. I was empty stomach and it was a mistake. Can we please get a review? His response, I promise you can get a review before posting. Biggest loser ever. Last time I was blacked out. I had full-on sex on an airplane in front of like 7 people. Would never do that non-blacked out. So confirming there that he was, absolutely slaughtered. This is war. He's a fake friend. I called after and I said, I don't remember. He said, don't worry, let me show you that. And this is the text to Mike, clearly. I was literally going to text you today, bro, just to say I love you. And if you ever want to talk about whatever, please text or call me. I should have said this sooner. And then he said again, I am officially dedicating my entire life to letting people know that Big Mike is a bad person. He's a fake. I mean, it's a bit, if this is the case, right, it's a little bit scummy that, like, they say, yeah, you can have a review of it before it goes out and then just posting it anyway, considering he's, like, completely blacked out. At the same time, who goes onto a podcast absolutely blacked out? Do you know what I mean? Anyway. It doesn't stop there, ladies and gentlemen, as Steve Will Do It went off again on Logan Paul for acting dumb and constantly asking him how he makes his money and how much he makes. And this is on another podcast, one night with Stoney. All right, this is the podcast here.
We talk about this. Okay, we talk about Logan Paul real quick, and then we can go into the watch and the cars. Okay. When I was with Logan, I ended up not remembering the interview, right? And I watched it back, but in the beginning, I was sober, and I was drinking tequila and a lot, and that's something I do want to talk about too. But with Logan Paul, the thing is with me, he was like just asking about like, so how do you make your money? How do you make your money? He was really interested in how I make my money, right? And I don't think that Logan is a low IQ individual. So, like for real, like if he's genuinely curious about my bread and he's like an ally of mine, he would have started as a business owner and as a fucking smart person. He would have started where I would have started. Yo, like, how do you make your money? It's got to be like Prime, right? Like about Prime. He never asked me about Happy Dad. He knows, like, he's seen me, for the 7 years. He sees Happy Dad everywhere. Like, I just find that it was like, yo, you're either really stupid, which I don't think so, or you're just trying to catch me slip and just trying to like there's nothing to slip to, but the internet can change anything. When there's someone like Logan who's like, why the fuck you playing me? Like what is, and you can't play me. Like even when I black out, like I like how I blacked out and I don't remember that. It was like, you cannot play with me.
Yeah.
Like, but I don't know how it would have been if I didn't know Mike at all, because Mike is like a really close friend of mine. I feel like I always say, like, in the internet world, like, there's obviously like the people that like you see me with on the internet, like you, but like someone I'm not with or you see me with or whatever, someone I just like talk to would be Mike. So like, and that's why I was on the podcast, because Mike asked me. I was like, we've been talking a lot. Like, it felt,
Mike's a good dude.
It felt appropriate. Like,
yeah.
Like, I really...
I think they had good intentions. It just went that way. For whatever reason. So, it is what it is.
I know, maybe they both had good intentions, kind of, but like, Logan was just like, I mean, dude, it's just like, I just don't think he's that low IQ about like, and like, he's known me forever. Like, for real, like, if you're gonna talk about my finances, like, you gotta think happy dad is everywhere, man.
Of course, I agree.
Like, that's like me asking him about, it's like, yo, how do you make your money? How do you make your money? How do you make? And he's not answering. He's like, and if I don't bring up Prime, I'm either the lowest IQ dumb in the world who lives under a rock.
Yeah.
Or I'm trying to just fuck with him. Like, I don't like him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I get it.
And that's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'm just saying, if I was him and I was doing that, that's how I feel. Like, that's like I would be doing that to, like, because I didn't like me. If that makes sense.
No, it does.
And that's just...
It's an absolute minefield. It's an absolute minefield. This was not on my bingo card at all, and like, this is not how I saw this all panning out towards the end of this year. But stranger things have happened, ladies and gentlemen. Then the entire situation with Logan Paul and SteveWillDoIt actually escalating and getting even worse. We got some updates with regards to the Logan Paul SteveWillDoIt situation. You may remember a few days ago, there was a podcast uploaded to Impulsive in which SteveWillDoIt was the guest, and he was essentially booted off the podcast after about 30 to 40 odd minutes because he started to get a little bit out of hand, let's say, right? So obviously Logan sent the warning shots. I've covered it all in previous videos. You'll have to go back and check it out, but you know, there have been some developments and updates with regards to what's gone on, both from Logan's side and Steve's side. So I would love to share with you a little clip from the podcast One Night with Steiny, but unfortunately these get copyrighted all the time, and I just can't show it. But, you know, if you go over to the podcast with SteveWillDoIt, he gives the full scoop on the Logan Paul situation, all right? Now, this episode, or this, like, little tidbit, is a little bit dated now, but it still provides some very good context moving forward, because obviously Bryce Hall has chimed in, and if you kind of look and watch the situation unfold on the Impulsive podcast, it's very blatant that Steve is intoxicated in some capacity. He's not making cohesive decisions. He's not making coherent sentences. It's a little bit messy. And, you know, Logan did get called out for this by Bryce Hall, saying, why even post this podcast, talk about taking advantage of a clearly intoxicated guest / friend, egging him on to say stupid shit and then stupid questions and then get mad once he crosses the line. Logan Paul is such a pussy, he wouldn't slap anyone off camera, lol. This ain't WWE, little bro. And then, you know, basically, like, the internet kind of was, like, a bit divided. Some say that Steve took it too far. Some say that Logan kind of handled it immaturely. So as things progress, all right, and as things, you know, take a step forward, Logan Paul on his YouTube channel responded to SteveWillDoIt in his latest vlog. And within his latest vlog, he basically goes off a little bit on SteveWillDoIt and states this with Mike on camera.
We have a record lately of fucking interviews up, bro. It could happen.
From Steve?
Yeah.
I've seen some of the commentary. I'm not sure I understand.
That's the easiest way for me to put it. It's just not a big deal. I explained it. We had to cut a lot of stuff from the episode. It destroyed the actual flow and the sanctity of the episode.
Should we put something that we cut in the vlog?
No, because I don't want to do that to Steve. Why would we do that?
Isn't that so funny how we're protecting Steve and then the internet's like, you guys are fucking assholes.
I'm used to it. I took the accountability for putting the episode out. Logan said, let's not put the episode out. Jeff said, let's not put the episode out. I thought if we removed it, we could still use it, and it was like a cool conversation and showcase like the struggle and the back and forth and blah, blah. I was wrong. Guys, I'm not perfect. Okay, I'm not. None of us are. Okay, we make mistakes. I'll take this one. I'll own this one.
I have people saying to me that I handled it excellently.
Every single person from the industry, not the audience, not the fans, I'll give you all the people's names, I'll show you the text message if you want, said we handled it perfectly.
I still don't understand what I did. I just sat there and got belittled by a very rude, intoxicated guest. Now, after he had insulted everyone in the room and everyone watching, I was like, yeah, man, like, we should probably chill.
I will say this, there's so many like misconceptions, like the commentary community got involved now too, and they're like, they gave him that bottle, they supplied Steve with alcohol. Bro, his staff brought a whole
bro.
Wait, is there a cigarette, or can we have, is there beers?
I don't think. It might be a no smoking.
A bottle of tequila.
What?
I've been looking for lunch lead. Oh, thank you.
I am at a loss for words. It's even hard for me to form a
No, you don't
sentence.
even try.
I'm going to try. You people are so fucking stupid. And for that reason, God bless you.
I feel like Logan addressed me there, and I feel personally touched and humbled by what Logan has to say. I mean, the issue, right, when I made my video, I don't know why I'm defending myself. Like, Logan's never going to see this, and he's never going to go, do you know what? This British kid, he's fucking right. He's bang on the money. He's never going to do that. But, you know, the issue I had with the Tanamogu episode where he basically, like, you know, just couldn't handle the joke. With the SteveWillDoIt thing, I'm of the opinion that was all on Steve. Like, he fucked that up big time for himself. I don't think that Logan was necessarily at blame, nor was Mike. I feel like they actually handled that appropriately, which, you know, is a weird thing to say. But, yeah, so obviously he put that into his vlog, and he kind of stated those things with regards to that. Now, with regards to Steve, right? Steve, on the other hand, has kind of gone around and said the complete opposite. He's basically gone at Logan for this instance. So, obviously, he's posted to his social media saying, so I go viral on the internet for getting upset that LeBron James talks to Karina for 1 minute during a game. I stand on that. Obviously, he talks about Austin, and then he talks about the Logan Paul thing. So Logan Paul getting mad at me for using the N-word. Yep, I stand on it. Logan, do a fraction of what I've done for black people or being in their community. Then be a white person sticking up for black people. Stand on that too. Maybe something for the Japanese Logan. So, I mean, I don't know, man. This is the equivalent, in my mind, of being like, I can use the N-word because I've got black friends. I'm not racist because I've got black friends. You know, it's the equivalent of that, and it's like, I don't know, man. It's a bit of a fucking weird minefield. I don't know, man. I don't know. But, I mean, SteveWillDoIt goes on a bit of a rant on Aiden Ross's live stream, because he basically then goes on to disrespect the Muslim community, right? And that's not taken too well, especially by other creators like Sneeko, who has also called this out. So Sneeko responds to SteveWillDoIt insulting Muslims. The clip, I'm not going to play the clip because, you know, I'm not about that. But the clip that I will play is where he basically goes on and talks about the Logan incident. And the reason why Logan was so irate, obviously it was bleeped out in the episode, so we don't fully understand what happened. But, you know, Steve provides a little bit of context.
These situations. They said they were bleeping you on the podcast because you were saying nigga a bunch.
I was also saying that some shit about Japan, and probably talking shit, dude. Okay. Probably calling his wife a whore and shit.
What? Okay, now he's really gonna fuck you up. He's gonna try to fuck you up, man.
I mean, I challenged him to fight. He didn't, so he's a pussy-ass bitch. Bro, and I didn't challenge him to fight saying I'm gonna beat you. I said, you're gonna beat me, but I can out-heart you. Maybe I'll fucking...
You gotta learn that from Charleston. Charleston like to... Whatever he says, if you're gonna say it online, he's gonna say it in your face.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it online if I wouldn't say it in your face.
Fuck yeah.
So... I wouldn't make you a coward.
Have you and Logan didn't talk like after at all, nothing?
No.
I mean, and when you hear the context of the situation and like the things that he actually was saying, it makes total sense as to why Logan's like, I've got a line, you've reached the line, now please fuck off. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but you know, it makes more sense that, you know, and I'm kind of like, where the gauge is usually automatically to Logan Paul is the villain. Like, that's instantly where things go when you look at these things, and that's kind of like the popular opinion to have. If you look at it from the outside looking in and the full kind of context, this is actually a bit of a Logan dub. I'm not going to lie. Like, Logan actually kind of handled this appropriately, and Steve shouldn't be getting intoxicated on a podcast. He's essentially working. That's like getting smashed as a teacher and then just trying to teach a class whilst drunk. You're obviously going to get in trouble for it, you know, and you're going to do the wrong things. You're going to say the wrong things. So, you know, Logan was right to do what he did. Maybe, you know, there should have been an element of prevention over cure, but, you know, you live and learn, I suppose. And then we've got KSI and Andrew Tate, whose situation has kind of gone completely beyond, I don't even know, internet drama. People have stolen businesses. KSI seems to have found himself in, well, some weird situations as of late. I mean, KSI, for the most part of, like, the back end of 2025, hasn't really done an awful lot, like, to, you know, with regards to controversy and crazy shenanigans and all the rest of it. But then there was obviously the whole Misfits stuff, where KSI essentially got taken away as CEO and replaced with Andrew Tate. Now, the writing's on the wall, isn't it, really? That this is going to be like a whole arc and narrative for a fight between KSI and Andrew Tate. The writing's on the wall. Everyone can see it for what it is. Regardless of the fact, you know, obviously, it's happened. And basically, KSI is getting clowned on right now from Andrew Tate. But the first thing that we're going to talk about is KSI basically main character syndroming, it would seem, Logan Paul's wedding, where he basically speaks directly within the video here entitled I'm So Sorry, stating that if he was there, the whole focus would have been on him and Jake and not actually the wedding itself.
A lot of people think the beef with me and Jake isn't real, bro. Oh, it's real. I mean, publicly, privately, it's real. I didn't go to Logan's wedding because Jake was there, because I knew all the focus would be on me and Jake, and I didn't want to take that away from Logan because it's his special day with him and Nina. Why would I want to ruin that? Jake, good luck, brother. Fair play, bro. This is a big fight for you. You're gonna get your dollar bills, yo. I hope you realize that you are in that ring. And I will remind AJ every single day how important it is for you to get knocked out, Jake.
So obviously that is in reference to the Jake Paul AJ fight. Now, that's another weird thing, right? Because a lot of people, I mean, after the Mike Tyson fight, you know, that was obviously only ever going to go one way. Jake couldn't lose that fight, especially with all of the issues that Mike Tyson had. But AJ's a very different kettle of fish. The guy's 6'6". He's up, like, you know, maybe past his prime now, but you know, he's still a huge fight. So, in that same breath, KSI, in a similar video, basically goes on to talk about how he no longer is interested in the Jake Paul fight. And I don't think that comes as a surprise to anybody, because, like, the moment's gone. Back in, like, 2021, 2022, maybe even 2020, like, you know, this fight was hyped. Now we're like kind of 5 years past the hype, and it's like, what is even the point anymore? This is what KSI has to say on this.
Give a shit about KSI versus Jake anymore. I don't. I'm done. I'm done with this fight. I think it's put to bed. It's not going to happen. And, you know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Jake Paul and Nikisa, I'm not going to say his name, on the possibility of making the KSI fight happen. Jake, I don't think this one is super realistic anymore. We haven't heard anything from their side in a while. And then I replied, they can both go f*** themselves. They had their chance. Now I don't give a shit anymore. Fuck off and let me focus on YouTube and music. And that's the truth. That is the truth, bro. I gave them the chance. I came back into boxing. I was smashing it in music. I was killing it. But I put that on hold so I could focus on Misfits and fighting Jake Paul. That was it. That's all I wanted. I tried over and over and over again to get this fight to happen, and it just never happened because Jake kept moving the goalposts. And then I just went, F this. I don't need this anymore. I'm going to go back to YouTube and music. Simple as that. I don't need to do this fight with Jake anymore. AJ's gonna knock him out. That's what everyone wants to see. Everyone wants to see Jake Paul get flattened on the floor, laid out, oxygen mask, all of that. That's what people want to see. AJ's gonna do it. Between me and Jake, it's done. I don't care anymore. I don't care anymore, man. I'm not gonna let this man dictate my life anymore. So yeah, that's that. I know it's a shame. I know so many people have been waiting years for the matchup between me and Jake, but guys, I can't be asked anymore. I tried and tried and tried. And the funny thing is, as soon as I stopped, and as soon as I said I'd CBA anymore, his team come through with an offer. Fuck off, you idiots.
Now, I don't know. I don't think KSI is actually on the levels of Jake in boxing anymore. I think KSI knows he'd probably get flattened. And that would absolutely... Like, we saw what happened after KSI got beat by Tommy Fury. And I like KSI, right? Yeah, he's done some stupid things. But I do think, in terms of boxing, right, he's not at that Jake Paul level. I think he was the guy at boxing, especially when it first kind of started. And he brings numbers, but in terms of caliber, I think Jake would absolutely ruin him, if I'm perfectly honest. In the same video, KSI goes on to talk about Misfits. Now, obviously, I spoke briefly at the start of the video. KSI's been stepped down, and he's been replaced with Andrew Tate. There's a whole thing going on with that. And long story short, he basically says, obviously, there's going to be fights going on in Dubai. And KSI says, obviously, he's not going to be going. And I don't think that really comes as a surprise to anyone, though.
Have some shame. Mams has fired KSI as the Misfits boxing CEO and replaced him with Andrew Tate. I mean, can you understand why I crashed out? Can you understand? I don't know. I'm not sure about this direction with Misfits. I've talked with Mams, and we're cool now. I'm still not going to Dubai because I'm not keen on the whole thing. But look, it might do well. We'll see. But yeah, you will not be seeing me going to Dubai. I think a lot of people were saying like, oh, this was just a bit, or this is a whole WWE script. Sure. Sure. Still not going. So yeah, I will be sure to watch because, you know, I truly believe Chase is going to knock him out because Chase has been active. When was the last time Andrew Tate fought? It's been years. And Andrew Tate's got a little bit of a weak chin. And when it comes to Chase, well, Chase is just a big, strong guy. I haven't seen him get knocked out. Chase is unorthodox, and unorthodox people are very difficult to fight. So I just feel like Chase is going to do him in. And when he does, I will be watching and laughing. And it will be great.
There you go. So this isn't where this ends, though, because obviously there is other things that get spoke about with regards to KSI and Andrew Tate. Now, this comes from a recent kind of... It's not a KSI video. It's like an interview, right? And he talks about him versus Andrew Tate.
Tate's had your name in his mouth the past couple of weeks, talking about why would he not get in there and fight you. If this Jake Paul fight doesn't happen, or there's any, I don't know, hard negotiations to have, if he starts saying, I want the money now, is Andrew Tate someone you'd consider getting in there with? Because he's got a lot of clout at the minute.
There's a lot of options. I think for me, it's all whether DAZN will allow someone like Andrew Tate to be on. Obviously, Andrew Tate has a few negative connotations to him, and right now he's been banned from Meta, banned from most social medias, TikTok as well. So it's whether DAZN wanted to be involved with that. So I think I'll have to think about that. But
I got that wrong, actually. Sorry. So this isn't a recent one. This came back from 2022, right? So obviously there's been, I mean, we all know there's been history between KSI and Andrew Tate. But with that said, Andrew Tate is just plowing forwards anyway. Like he's like, obviously he's going to be plowing forwards. He doesn't care. We all saw the comments that he made about he got in my business, so I took his business kind of thing. This was the face-to-face that he had. I do find it kind of funny that Wade's there as well, because obviously there's been a history between Wade and KSI as well. So, you know, obviously this is quite funny.
bit longer, lads.
There you go. I don't need to show anymore. It's literally the same thing for another like 30 odd seconds. But I mean, the first press conferences came around as well, and again, Andrew Tate made comments with regards to why he took Misfits away from KSI and potentially fighting him and stuff like this. And the funniest thing is he came in, saw a Prime bottle on the table, and he just flicked it off the table. Obviously, Prime is one of the big sport, like, you know, ambassadors, I guess, for Misfits. Obviously, because KSI has stakes in Prime, but he's also was the CEO of Misfits. So this is what Andrew had to say.
Misfits. You could have walked into any promotional outfit. You probably could have even created your own promotional outfit. But why Misfits?
Yeah, I just took KSI's business. It's just one of those things. I took KSI's business. I didn't have to fight. I could have just took his business and been a businessman, but I decided to take his business and be a fighter for a while. Why not?
Is that fight going to happen?
We'll see. We'll see. It depends. I mean, I am the CEO, so I can. I was about to say it depends how much I get paid, but that's my decision, isn't it? So I guess it is going to happen because I'm going to pay myself a fuckload of money. So yeah, sure.
Has it got to the stage where it's personal yet with KSI?
Nah, it's never personal. I don't take anything personal. You know, even people who have wronged me genuinely in my life, I don't take it personal. We're all humans on this planet trying to do our best, and confrontations happen and they get resolved. And I resolved the business confrontation by taking his business, and if we fight in the ring, I'll resolve the other confrontation by knocking him out. It's fine.
There you go. So, I mean, we know that fight's coming, don't we? Like, there's no two ways about it. Of course. And you know how the whole narrative is going to go. It's going to be not just for money, not just for like big stakes. It's going to be for the business. It's going to be the winner gets this to either become the CEO or remain the CEO or be reinstated as CEO or whatever, however you want to word it. And the stakes are going to be the greatest, right? And people are going to get hyped for it. Of course they are. I would be hyped for that because I'll be like, that's actually a genuinely like big fight, like, because this isn't just stakes for money. This isn't just stakes for pride and ego. This is actually stakes for a genuine business moving forwards. It's going to be quite a wild rodeo, so, you know, keep it locked in. What do you guys think of all of this? Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. You're down there, jump to get the hell out of that like button and subscribe. And until next time, I'll speak to you later. Peace.